my name is Ian Khan and I'm the director of GXNow. If you've had an opportunity to watch the film, you've probably seen the depth and the breadth of government experience taking place in the world right now. If you haven't seen the documentary yet, I highly recommend that you take your time and watch it from the beginning to the end in one go. GXNow is the story of government experience and what governments today are doing worldwide to change how they've always been doing things, to eliminate red tape, to create more efficiency, and to use technology as a driver towards effective governance. The journey of filming GXNow has been incredible, and I feel really privileged and honored to be behind the camera lens, also in front of the camera lens, playing two roles in this documentary film. Well, let me tell you where it all started. The story of GXNow begins in 2019 at the World Government Summit. I was part of the Government Experience Forum, which was organized by the Prime Minister's Office and the Emirates Government Service Excellence Program. They had brought together some really amazing, incredible people, and we debated and talked about the future of governance, and that was the first Emirates Government Service Excellence Program session and forum that was held, and that kicked off GX as an idea. Since then, I had the opportunity to be part of this documentary film and to capture what all of those participants had gone through and how they had seen government experience shape their businesses, their governments, their organizations, their countries. And so it became a quest to find out where everybody was. My journey began in the United Arab Emirates and speaking with Mohammed bin Taliha. Mohammed is the Chief of Government Services of the United Arab Emirates, and he was incredibly open and honest about what the UAE was doing with GX. Today, the UAE has a 5-star rating system for government service bodies, government entities, ministries, and that's incredible. And that really shows where leadership is and what they're thinking and how much of future readiness is on their minds. The UAE is working with blockchain, artificial intelligence, and many other things. And all that has an impact on how the government is functioning, how efficiency is coming to governance, and what impact is that having on actual community members, residents, citizens who live, work in Dubai and, of course, the United Arab Emirates as a whole. UAE is a success story happening right now, and I see a very positive future for the UAE. My journey also took me to speaking with different people from the UAE. Alain Bejani, who's the CEO of the Majd Al Futtaim Group, a very large retail group that operates many different malls, many different supermarkets. Alain provided me with insights from a retail perspective, where consumers dictate the demand, where consumers dictate how retailers perform and function. And something like that is also happening in government, where citizens are now demanding that they be served in a very specific way and services be delivered to them in a very specific manner. Alain was very kind to invite us to one of their properties, and it was incredible to see how services are executed at their hospitality industry locations and other places. So that was very incredible. I also spoke with Ross and Fadi, two entrepreneurs and executives working in the UAE, who shared with me insights from within the UAE and what was happening in the region. And those interviews are in the documentary. I now had to go international and talk to some of the participants in the documentary who are not in the UAE. We had Estonia, the UK, United States, the Netherlands. I met Marloes Pomp in Amsterdam at an event, and I invited her over and I said, hey, come down and let me talk to you about GX and your experiences 1 year after you were part of the event in Dubai. And so we caught up, and Marloes is super embedded into technology and governance, and so she shared some incredible insights in the documentary and helped us understand what was happening with government experience and what the Netherlands is doing with technology. Similarly, in Estonia, I met Sim Sikut, who is the government CIO for the government of Estonia, which means he looks at everything technological for the country of Estonia. And Estonia is the poster child of technology and development, and so it's been incredible speaking with Sim on what he sees happening forward, what technologies he sees opening up, and what are some of the challenges that their country has had that others could learn from. And that's what GX is all about. It's about learning from others and making sure these best practices get better and better with every implementation. I also spoke with Ott Walter, who then was the director of e-Residency Estonia, and that's the group that enabled the e-Residency program. Ott shared a lot about what e-Residency looks like and how governance can benefit from initiatives such as those. Now, the UAE is also doing e-Residency in a different manner. Different things are coming up, and so keep an eye out and also check out the documentary and see the insights that Ott has shared. I was also very fortunate to travel to Azerbaijan. I met with Ceyhun Salmanov, who's Deputy Secretary at Asan Service Centers, and he was very forthright with how the Asan Service Centers and that department has gained success in service delivery. What are some of the challenges they've faced, and where have rollout been great, and how they've ensured inclusivity is there so that everybody is served. I next traveled to the UK, where I met with Tim Unwin. Tim Unwin is a professor at the Royal Holloway University, and you'll see we filmed at the university, and so it's an incredible location. Tim is such a delight to speak to because he's got so much international experience in governance and policy making, and so Tim shared his international work as to what is happening in Africa and what's happening in the UK and how can things be better and what can we do to move ahead and forge ahead. I also then traveled to the US, where I spoke with my good friend Jonathan Reichenthal. Now, Jonathan is a professor at many different universities. He's the ex-CIO of the city of Palo Alto, and he was incredible in sharing the state of government experience right now and some of the things he's seen changing in the United States, in the West. These comments, many of these were echoed by Jane Wiseman. Now, Jane is affiliated with the University of Harvard. She runs a think tank on government affairs and government service delivery. And Jane is such an amazing person to speak to. Her insights are amazing. Her experience and foresight on what governments should do and how governance should come together are really, really incredible. And it's all in the documentary. Watch GXNow today and you'll hear from all of these people. So it was really exciting and fulfilling to speak to everybody throughout the documentary. If you haven't seen it yet, go to gxnow.com, Amazon Prime, YouTube, Vimeo, and you'll find the documentary right there. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I hope you enjoyed the documentary. Please send us your comments or comment on one of the videos. Take care for now and enjoy the film. Thank you.